What do we have here? Little pit bike. Supposedly it doesn't run. We will see today. All the plastics, seat, gas tank are down here. Looks like somebody was tearing it apart. Let's get this thing unloaded. Alright, so I haven't done a video on a little pit bike in a long time, so I figured we'd give it a shot. This one I picked up for 500 bucks. Yep, I paid too much for it, but all complete, it'll probably look pretty nice. So this is a 2002 TTR 90. It's got the FMF in the back. Pretty nice pipe, actually. Supposedly this bike doesn't run. The owner thought it had low compression, and that's why it wouldn't start. So we are going to investigate that today. But just to confirm, that's a 2002. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The 10th number in this case is a 2. So that is a 2002. So overall, this bike is not in that bad a shape. Tires on it aren't dry rotted or anything. They're actually pretty decent in the back. Really doesn't look too bad. It looks like it's all complete here. Carburetors on it. It looks like the coils on it. Where is the CDI? Oh, CDI is right here. So, I mean, we could potentially get this thing to start today if it doesn't have low compression. And, you know, maybe a ring is stuck or something. So let's just see how it kicks over here. Oh yeah, it kind of does feel pretty low. But maybe these bikes have kind of like a lower compression feel to them. Not sure. It also could need valves adjusted. Throttle works, brake works. Does the back brake work? Back brake does not work. Guessing pads are worn out. Then the plastics are here. The seat is actually really nice on it. The seat's nice. But these plastics are just completely ripped apart. So I wish we could find new plastics for it. We'll have to look around. And then the gas tank's nice. And we've got the air filter, the petcock, so. But let's start digging into this thing. See if we can get it to fire up. Or see what's wrong with it and why it won't start. So without further ado, let's jump into it and try to tackle this one. Alright, we're going to start with the easy stuff first. Just check the oil. Hopefully there's something in there. Very, very low. And it's tilting to this side. There's not even anything in there. That's a bad sign. That is not good. We're off to a very bad start. Yeah, completely dry. Look at that. Alright, so it definitely needs oil in there before we attempt to start it. I guess next thing, let's see if it goes through the gears here. Because I'm wondering why the guy had it all apart. Something must have been majorly wrong with it. Let's see. There's second, third. I think it's going. There must only be 3 gears on this thing. So it does shift into gear. I guess the next thing we're going to do is check for spark. And then the big one, compression. That'll kind of tell us where we need to go next with things. Looks like a new plug in there. See what the plug looks like. Maybe it's just a fall plug. Who knows? Could be something electrical too. Looks brand new. Alright, so obviously this thing wasn't starting for them, so they tried a new plug. And that must not have done the trick. So then they decided to sell it. That's kind of what I'm guessing, but you can see it's brand new. Never been ran. So, does she have spark? That's the next question. Kind of hard to kick it over and hold it. You guys see that? Oh yeah, good spark. Might be no compression. Alright, next we're gonna do compression tests. Hopefully there's some type of compression. Alright, here we go. What do you guys think? Low compression? Or just probably not getting gas, or what? Could be a couple different things. We've got spark. They probably tried cleaning up the carburetor, since the carburetor's just railed in the open right there. So I'm guessing it's low compression. We will see for sure here. Where should we let this thing sit? Alright, you guys can read it right in there. Got throttle open. Give it a couple kicks. See what happens. Uh-oh. Got like very low compression. Got like 25 pounds of compression. That is not good, so we definitely have low compression. Let's try putting some oil down the cylinder and then trying this test again. So if we put oil down the cylinder and then the compression goes up, we know that the rings are the problem. So just taking a little bit of, got 2-stroke oil here. Just gonna lube up the cylinder. And the compression should go up if the rings are bad. All right. See if it goes up at all. Throttle open. Sorry, the thing kind of got away from me. Went up to about 50. So I'm guessing it might be rings. That's interesting. Didn't go up the full amount, but it went up a little bit, so rings are definitely a problem. I don't know if that's the whole culprit though. So what we're gonna do is get this thing to top dead center and check the valves, and then probably go on to tearing this thing down if we can't fix it. So we'll see. Hopefully it's something really simple. Turns over nice. I don't hear any crunching or anything, so it's not like it's got a broken valve in there or anything. And if it was a bent valve, you'd see zero compression. For sure, it'd be zero. It'd go up and then come back down right away. So I don't think it's a bent valve. It could be super worn rings, or yeah, I don't know. It's probably just the rings. Could be a stuck ring. That's probably what I'm guessing. I'm gonna go with stuck ring. Final guess. Alright, so these caps have been off a couple times before in the past. You can see they're all crunched up. Coming. O-ring out of there. So we're looking for the T. I believe it's the T on this bike. So we're looking for the T in this little window right here. Might just be a line. You guys can see that line in there. See, it's just a line, and then there's an arrow over here that lines up with. Kind of see it a little better right there. So let's see if that's tapped at center. Stick a screwdriver down the spark plug hole. Yeah, that feels like tapped at center there. Alright, so looking at the valves, we're tapped at center here. There's definitely play in that one. The bottom one, I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but you can hear it. There might be even too much play in that one. So there's definitely play in the valves, which we were hoping that they were going to be tight. So, alright, well, I think the low compression is due to the rings. And I'm guessing one is stuck. Either a scored piston, scored cylinder, or rings. Those are pretty much the only options right now. Alright, what I'm doing now is just putting penetrating oil down the spark plug hole and kicking it over a bunch just to see if we can get the rings to loosen up a bit. Alright, here we go. Compression test number 3. Let's see what we get. Oh, it fell off again. Huh, back down to 20. So that's not good. So it's gotta be the rings. Huh. Wonder if they're stuck. It's gotta be. Well, that sucks. Alright, looks like we might have to tear into the engine. Alright, we're gonna have to dig into the top end on this one. The rings are not coming free. That is, if the rings are stuck. It could just be a really bad piston, or the rings could be, welded to the piston, or the piston could be damaged, cylinder could be damaged. Could be a lot of different things, so we'll see. We do know the compression got better when we added oil. There's the cam chain. We've got this thing topped at center right now, and you can see the mark. Let's line up with the arrow. Cam chain's nice and tight, so there's no issue there. To get the top end off, we need to loosen up the tensioner right here. We need to take off the carburetor, and then there's 4 bolts right here, and then one right there. I think this whole thing will come off. Oh, and then there's one right there too, and then the pipe needs to come off too. Alright, I got pretty much everything off. This bolt I just took off from the sprocket attached to the cam. Just kind of fish that out of there. Once we get this off, we can get the head off of here. There we go. We can just kind of let that chain dangle there for now. Let's see if the head can come off. Little baby valves in there. Doesn't look bad. Moment of truth here. Let's see what's going on with the piston. Ooh. Cylinder doesn't look too good. She's a little scratched up. That piston looks like. Oh yeah, that piston is toast. Look at that. Holy cow. Yep, the rings are stuck. Or the ring, I should say. The oil ring looks fine. It's the other ring. It's completely stuck in there. The other two rings just welded to it. Look at that. Two rings are supposed to be right here. And yeah, they're pretty much welded to it. Is the crank fine still? Crank is fine. A rod, I should say. A rod bearing. So it looks like we need a new piston and a new cylinder. We'll get that piston off there and then do a close-up check on it. Alright, let's take a closer look at the cylinder here. Get my flashlight out. So it looks like there's a couple big gouges in there. Right towards the bottom is where the main stuff is, right here. You can see it scrapes with, you can see it get caught. So that's no good. The whole cylinder is pretty much scratched up near the bottom. So cylinder is junk. Check out this piston. The piston's fried. As you can see, it's just all scratched up. The rings are just completely welded to this thing. There's pieces of the piston missing. You can see right there, right there, right there. So this thing was hitting on the cylinder pretty hard and just melted. Look at that. Really, really bad. So I'm thinking because there was no oil in it, or not enough oil, the piston wasn't getting lubricated and basically melted to the cylinder. And as it went up and down, kept on scratching it. So we definitely need a new piston and cylinder. Let's go check out the rod and the rod bearing. Hopefully those are still good. Alright, let's check out this rod here. It's a tiny one, but you can see there's no up and down play. Just a little side to side. So somehow the rod bearing is safe and it didn't get damaged when this engine ran out of oil. I think there was a little bit of oil in it, but not much. So I'm guessing the piston was the last thing to receive oil and it never got there. So, looks like we're going to be going to eBay or Amazon and trying to find a kit for this thing. Alright, we're back with the TTR90 a couple days later, about a week later. We've got a Wiseco piston for it. The only piston they made for this was a Wiseco that I could find. Look how small they are. So this is the old piston. You can see all scored, crappy. The new one's really nice, and then we've got a gasket kit for it. Did not find a new cylinder anywhere for sale. On eBay, Amazon, anywhere. So I ended up honing out the old one, and that looks pretty good. So we're just gonna use that one. All the scratches did come out, so that was awesome. So let's do a quick ring check, and then we'll start installing all this stuff. Alright, let's open up the new kit. Comes with rings. Here's a little piston. So open that guy up. See what that looks like. Beautiful. Look at that. Alright, does that fit in here? Oh yeah, nice and smooth. Cool. So it looks like the piston's gonna work. See what the rings look like. Alright, let's see. Alright, first ring looks really good. That gap looks amazing. But we'll be professional and we'll measure it just to see what that gap actually is. Probably like 12 thousandths of an inch looks to be. Yep, exactly 12 thousandths. So, spot on. Get the second ring in there. You can see the ring gap there. Nice and small, not too small. Measure that, it's gonna be the same thing. Yep, 12 thousandths of an inch. So we're ready to assemble the piston and get this thing back on the bike. Alright, let's attempt to get this cylinder on next. Cool. Alright, let's get the head gasket on. Alright, head torque specs are 16 foot-pounds. Alright, that's like 14. That's enough. I don't want them to strip out or anything. Alright, so we've got this thing to top dead center, and you can see the line right there lines up with the arrow right there. And then right here, there's just a line So there's 2 lines up here and then 1 line on the flywheel, and that lines up with the single line there. So everything looks good, should be perfectly in time. And then the valves we set to 0.003 for the intake and 0.004 for the exhaust. Alright, now that we have everything back together, we can check for spark. Make sure that's still there. Oh yeah, good spark. Cool. Alright, let's take a quick peek at the carburetor. Looks pretty clean in there. No gas in the float. Needle looks nice and good. Still rubbery at the tip. Check out the main. That's clear. That one's clear. Pilot. Pilot's clear. Yeah, that carb looks really good. And we've got the fuel screw. So it was 1, 2, 2 1/4 turns out on the fuel screw. Yeah, this was definitely a rebuild kit in here. It's nice. Alright, we're going to spray that out with carb cleaner and then the air compressor, reinstall it, and attempt to start this bike up. Alright, draining out the oil. There's like hardly any oil in there. I mean, it's basically nothing. So I'm pretty sure the piston got scored because of no oil. And there's no metal chunks or anything in it. So that's good. Alright, let's get some oil in this thing. 800 milliliters. Let's see. Perfect. Alright, now we gotta get some gas in the gas tank and see if that petcock works right there. Alright, let's see if this thing works. Come down here a little bit. Ooh, she's a little rusty. Smells like somebody put oil in it. Might have to do a gas tank flush here. That's pretty rough. Looks like somebody was running oil. Somebody was definitely running oil. Alright, let's see if she starts up here. carb is fixed. I had the gas line go into the wrong thing on the carburetor. I don't know how I did that, but let's see if she starts it now. Oil's perfectly too. No smoke now. So yeah, somebody definitely put oil in the gas before. They thought it was a 2-stroke. She's running good. Alright, so this is all we can do with it for now. That's all the plastics we had for it. So we had the seat, the gas tank, missing the side plastic there, missing the shroud there, and then we've got the plastic right here for the gas tank, the shroud piece right there. So I'm not really sure if these are aftermarket plastics. I think they are, because they really don't fit on there too well. But it looks kind of cool. I wish we had all the plastics, but the other ones were so bad we couldn't even put them on. Anyway, let's go take this thing for a test drive and see if she goes through all the gears.
Hey, you rat.
Benny. He's hot. Alright, runs pretty good. We're still breaking it in, but we'll throw the GoPro on and take it for a nice long ride. You ready to run? We broke it in pretty good last ride, but we'll still take it pretty easy. There's no clutch on this one. See if little Vinny can keep up. Come on, Vin. He's trying to. Bike runs really good. That new piston helped a lot. It's a hot one out today, so he's trying his best here. Turn around the other way here. Come on, Vinny. Running great. I did not think it was going to, because the cylinder was so scored. Ah, really tall grass. Gotta wait up for Vin. He's coming. We can go down here is what we can do. Oh, bumpy. Oh. There's only 2 gears on this thing. Woo. It's doing pretty good. Thing is really tiny though. There's Vinny. He's coming. Oh, we'll take a little break, bud. Oh, you hot? Come on up here. Let's see. Oh, you're so hot. Vinny is like, what is he, 6 months old now? Yeah, you're a good boy. Good job running. That was a long run for you. I take him on like 2-mile runs, and he does fine. But it's really hot today, so you want to go grab a drink? Should we go get a drink, bud? Come on, Vinny. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this thing. If it had new plastics on it and everything, it'd be a sweet little bike. Here, here's some water, buddy. Come on, Vinny, over here. Some water right here. Ah, good water. You tired now? You tired? You tired, little bud? Well, that wraps up today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed the video on the TTR 90. The new Y-Skill piston worked out pretty well. It's running pretty good. Just need to get some new plastics for it, and it will be complete. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Stay tuned for the next video. Until next time, we are out. Shake. 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 Dance. Sit. 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 Shake. You sit. Good boy.